Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Kamran Aftab Ahmed. Before I begin my vlog, I would like to apologize, especially from my extreme right-wing brothers, for my accent, for my vocabulary, and for my pronunciation, as English is not my native language. But I take pride being called as British Asian Muslim. Guys, it is clear now that whatever happened in Southport or Leeds, it has nothing to do with Islam or with Muslims. For the sake of argument, let us assume that it all started because of someone who claimed to be a Muslim. Do you think is it justifiable to target people of minority ethnic backgrounds, especially Muslims, due to that act? My Islam does not teach me that. You know what Islam taught me? Let me give you an example. Yesterday, while playing cricket, a young chap from opposite team banged his head and had a huge laceration up there on his head. It should have been none of my business, really. But as a Muslim, I am duty bound to help. I did not ask that guy his name, his ethnicity, his nationality, or I didn't ask him about his faith. I tried my best to provide him first aid with the limited logistics that I had. I take pride in saying that when I was doing first aid for that young chap, I felt I was helping my own daughter. This is because Allah orders me in Quran chapter 5 verse 2. Help one another in acts of piety and righteousness, and do not assist each other in acts of sinfulness and transgression. And be aware of Allah. Verily, Allah is severe in punishment. Guys, I went to a local protest arranged by right-wing brothers today. On one hand, it was great to see that more than 200 natives were supporting minorities on one side of the road. But it was also heartbreaking to see a couple of dozens of guys standing on other side of road asking Muslims to leave this country. Most of them had covers on their faces, but you could easily tell they were 15 or 16 years old. Guys, these are our children who have been brainwashed with half of the information or misinformation. These lads should be at school getting education about Islam, about Muslims, and about different cultures. They should not be left on streets to be brainwashed for some personal political mileage. I'm sure these 2 dozen people do not represent true British culture. They do not represent our values and our ethos. Guys, let me be very clear. The road from Pakistan, India, Iran, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Syria or Iraq, Afghanistan and African subcontinent, Caribbean island or Palestine is one-way journey to United Kingdom. It takes you from different parts of the world to United Kingdom, but it does not take you back. You can't go back. I'm sure most of us have already seen worst in our home countries. United Kingdom is my home now. My only concern is that these kind of demonstrations and acts of violence will create a vacuum between our children, between my children and your children. I'm scared that this vacuum will be filled by our common enemies like poverty and unemployment, for example. And I'm sure we don't want our kids to inherit this legacy from us. We together defeated Nazism 80 years ago. I'm sure we will defeat it again. I'm a proud Muslim and a proud British. But the question is, when are you going to accept that? Britain Zindabad, Islam Zindabad.